Welcome back to the BJack 70 show. I'm your host, Brandon Jackson, and there's a little something that I wanted to come on here and talk about. Um have you guys seen on the Cleveland Browns Twitter page? Did you see Friday morning that they posted a little meetup between Shedeur Sanders and new head coach Todd Monken? You guys seen that? You guys heard this? Have you heard about it? Heard people talk about it? Have you seen it? Um, and I don't think it's a huge deal, um, but I think it's something. I think it's a little something because it's the way that the Browns Twitter page is moving. It feels like they're assuming that Shedeur Sanders is QB1, like locked in. And that's not something that I thought was happening, not something even I thought should happen at this stage, not something that I advocated for by the end of the season, not something that I personally advocated for at this stage. But and I know it's just Twitter posts, but they're moving like he's the guy. Um and I'm if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna go ahead and show it to you here.
What's going in at?
Oh
yeah.
Hey,
What's up, man?
how you doing? Welcome back to the States.
How we doing, man?
Good.
Yeah, we tried to draft your ass last year. It's all worked out.
Yeah. That's
You remember that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you.
Someday we'll get a chance to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, sit down.
That's interesting. It all worked out. It all worked out. Um, if you don't know what Todd Monken is referring to, he's referring to a rumor, well, not even a rumor, a report that came out during the season in 2025 that the Baltimore Ravens wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders, but Shedeur Sanders did not want to go to the Ravens because Lamar Jackson was there and continues to be there. He wanted a shot to be able to actually play and not be a backup behind Lamar Jackson, which at the time I thought was reasonable. We don't know still at this point when the Ravens wanted to draft him. Because the main thing that people brought up then and will bring up now is that who is he to say that he didn't want to go to the Ravens? He was a fifth round pick. You should just be happy that anybody picked you, which in hindsight is correct. I would agree with that assessment, but we don't know when that information was relayed to Shedeur Sanders. If it was in the pre-draft process, could have been known like, hey, like if we have a chance to pick you somewhere where we want to pick you, we might take you because we want you to be a backup for Lamar. And Shedeur and however his camp went about it, let them know he was not interested in that, and the Ravens moved on. I given the fact of where we thought he would be drafted in the pre-draft process, whether it was top 10, first round, second round, third round, Nobody thought it would last until the 5th round. So given that, like Shedeur knowing that going into the draft, this isn't unreasonable in my opinion. You may feel differently, you may feel however you feel, but a young man that's been a starting quarterback everywhere he's been, I don't think would want to sign up to be a backup with somebody that's as entrenched in their spot as Lamar Jackson. And reportedly, it was the same thing in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts. So that's not unreasonable to me. But that report is what Todd Monken is kind of alluding to, and this gives it confirmation. This is the confirmation that reporting was correct, because it seems Todd Monken is very excited to meet Shedeur Sanders and to be able to coach Shedeur Sanders at quarterback. What does this mean going into 2026? We don't know. But it paints a more favorable picture for Shedeur Sanders than I was giving it credit for in my last couple videos. I don't think this is going to prevent them from bringing in competition or anything of that sort, but to have this out on social media for everybody to see how excited he is for Shedeur to be in the building, to meet him, to coach him, it definitely bodes well for Shedeur. And this wasn't the only post on Twitter by the Browns. They also, sorry, I lost it. They also posted this. The playmaker and the mastermind. I don't know, man. They're moving like he's the guy. I'm not, like, I want to be perfectly clear. I'm not saying that he is the guy. I'm not saying that I'm advocating for this. I'm not saying this should happen. I'm just saying the Browns' social media team are moving like Shedeur's the guy. That's all I'm saying. And also what I'm saying is this is interesting. This is interesting. How do you guys feel about it? I'm cautiously optimistic as a Shedeur Sanders fan. But if you're a person that doesn't like him, doesn't think he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL, you want him off of the team, this probably pisses you off. So obviously I don't feel that way, but I'm not going to take it too far with this. Like I said at the beginning, it's not a big deal, but it's interesting. They didn't post him meeting or happy to see anybody else on the team. Like if this same interaction happened and it was Myles Garrett, nobody would bat an eye. There would be nothing interesting about that because Myles Garrett is the best player on the team. Of course, you would be happy to see your best player, as soon as you get in the building. But take it for what it is. They, the Browns, they posted up. They had cameras But this front office, the front office has complete veto power of whatever goes up on social media. So if Jimmy Haslam doesn't want you to see this, you won't see it. If Andrew Barry doesn't want you to see it, you won't see it. If Todd Monken doesn't want you to see it, you won't see it. So I'm just gonna file this away and say that it's interesting. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it, but I did want to come on here and let my thoughts be known about it. It's interesting. It's interesting. He may be in a better spot than I had originally believed. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. But hey, man, if you're here, I appreciate you watching the video. Go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There's content on the channel from this whole week. I've been pumping videos out all week, and that will continue in the next week with the Super Bowl coming up. So there'll be Super Bowl previews all throughout the week. I'm going to talk about the NFL honors and who I think should win the awards. When it comes to MVP, I'm gonna pick as if it's not a quarterback award. So stay tuned for that. Gonna have multiple guests on next week. How many guests? Who knows? As many as I can fit on the channel, in the time span that I record. But we'll be guests on the channel next week. We'll have some fun next week. And yeah, appreciate you being here. If you don't want to miss it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Be subscribed to the channel. It helps me. It helps the channel. It helps it get out into the algorithm, be seen by other people, higher subscribers, higher likes, better views, better engagement, more growth, more opportunity, so on and so forth. So with that being said, thank you for watching. And until the next video, I'll see you.